Dr. Manning?
Yeah, you can go ahead and fill out that suitcase, because you're getting out of here.
Great. I honestly don't think I could have taken another day in this room.
Well, if you stay healthy, maybe you won't have to come back here ever again.
Well, are there 101 forms to fill out before we can go?
There's a little bit of red tape, but I think I can handle it. You want me to help you get packed or anything?
No. I need something to do while I'm waiting.
Okay, well, then I'll, see if I can't expedite, papers. It's gonna be good having you home again. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Bobby. I picked up some detail. Shouldn't be long before I have it pinpointed. Yeah, you better get Castile down here. Okay.
Great. All right, contact us the minute that you got any distinguishing marks. That's Donaldson down at headquarters. It is not a shadow, it's a scar. He's doing more computer enhancements. He's going to bring it into focus.
All right. I got Bates getting me a copy of the phone records from the hospital that day. I figured when I talked to Zach, he had to be calling from an inside line.
Good thinking. But what about the tail?
Well, there's nothing yet. I got one of my best guys on it, but I put him on a short leash. Wouldn't want the good doctor getting suspicious. I want that baby back alive.
Relax, Zach. He's a customer. He's not a cop. Everything's just fine.
By the way, they're letting me take Eden home today, thanks. So I'm gonna have to be gone for a while.
Don't worry about it. I'll stay here. I'll stay on top of it. I must be happy to get her out of here.
Yeah, I think that room of hers has become a prison. Of course, I'm not sure it's gonna be any different at home. You can change the place. You can't necessarily change the situation.
I know.
I got another man coming in a couple of hours. When he shows up, I want you to get out of here. That's an order, okay?
I'm fine.
Michael, you've been here all night.
No, I want to stay. I'm fine.
Well, I don't know how to thank you.
When we get that little girl home, I'll be all thanks, Annie.
Hi.
Hi.
I hear you're leaving the hospital today.
Yeah, finally.
I'm telling you, you're amazing. You know, most women would still be flat on their back after everything we've gone through.
Well, I heard some of the most devastating news of my life in this room. I don't particularly want to see these walls again.
Yeah, I understand. I talked to Cruz, and he said it was okay if I gave you this news.
News?
Yeah, it's a decision that I have spent months agonizing over. And I think I've made the right decision. I'm going to leave Santa Barbara. I'm going to move back to Los Angeles.
When?
Well, you see, I had an offer to do a pilot, and it starts shooting at the end of the week. And I had to give him my answer a couple days ago.
Oh, well, I didn't realize you were thinking of taking up acting again.
Oh, I wasn't sure I was either. You know, after rehab, I wasn't sure I could take those kind of pressures again. But the more I was in therapy, the more I realized that the pressures were coming from inside of me, not outside. And I think I can handle it now.
I think it's good to realize something about yourself like that.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm not sure I can handle is leaving Chip. I have tried desperately to try to figure out how I could take him with me. It would be such a comfort for me. But I think it would be hell for him. And there's just no way around it. I think he belongs with you and Cruz.
Well, I know it's not easy for you to say that.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that were hard to face. But you know, he's changed. Since he moved in with you, he's a lot more secure. He's learned to trust. And if I take him with me, you know, he's gonna be with a nanny 10 to 14 hours a day, and I think that would be criminal.
I know it's not easy being that far away.
No, it's not. But I have to think of the future. You know, I have to start to support myself, and I really do want to contribute to his education.
Oh, you know you don't have to worry.
Oh, I know that, and I know that he has a trust fund. But it's important to me. You know, I'm his mother, even though I won't be here.
Of course, you're his mother. And listen, you can come anytime you want. You don't need a reservation.
Thanks. And I hope that he will come and visit me when he gets older.
Of course he will.
Good.
LA's not that far away.
And it seems like a lifetime away when I'm away from my child. Is it okay if I go over and say goodbye to him today? I won't stay long.
It's okay. You can stay as long as you like.
Thank you. And look, I know everything is going to work out for you and Cruz. Thanks.
You just missed Victoria.
Yeah, I saw her on the way, and, she's come a long way, huh?
Chip's gonna miss her.
All the more reason to make good on the promise we made to him.
What promise is that?
We told him he was gonna have a little sister to play with. Can't afford to disappoint him. Let me go check on those forms.
Cruz. Hi. I heard Eden's being released.
Yeah, with any luck, we should be out of here in the next couple of minutes.
Great. How's she doing?
Well, she's holding it together, I guess, you know. But this is certainly not the way she envisioned leaving the hospital. I got a feeling when she hits home and sees the nursery, it's gonna jump on her again.
Yeah, that's why I thought that maybe I might stop by the house later on this afternoon. If that's okay?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Great.
All right, you're all set to take off. This is a copy of the release report.
Thank you, brother.
Is Eden ready to go?
Yeah, listen, can I take this in to her?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, I got a feeling she might need a couple minutes alone with everybody
Yeah,
else.
that's fine.
Thanks again.
All right.
And be sure and tell her I'll be by the house later on.
I will do.
Oh, Scott, I've counseled a lot of women who've had to go home from the hospitals without their babies. But even when the baby's been in an incubator for a couple of weeks and has to stay home a little longer, it's traumatic. But at least they know their babies are safe and will be home eventually.
Well, I'm really glad you're going to be spending some time with her today. I think it'll help. Are you going to be heading right over there, or can I take you to get something to eat first?
Actually, I have to meet Zach. I haven't talked to him in ages. He's going to be over at Johnny's, but why don't you join us?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't want to intrude.
Come on, it's only Zach. Let's go.
All right.
You comfortable? Oh, I'm sorry. This moment isn't what it was supposed to be.
Well, it's not exactly like I imagined it to be. I kind of thought, you know, we'd go towards the elevator and I'd have Adriana in my arms, you know. The nurses would wave goodbye and say good luck. It's just not the way I thought it would be, you know? It's not the way I thought it would be.
But I don't know why, but I know that she will have her homecoming. May not be the right day or the right time, but our little girl is going to come back to us. Until she does, we'll just have to hold on to each other, you know?
I hope you don't mind. Look, I know that the invitation to lunch was for Heather, but since I was coming here too, she invited me to come along.
No, don't worry about it.
All right.
It's good to see you.
I'm sorry we're late. I wanted to stop in and check on Idен before she went home.
I heard Dr. Manning released her. Do you think she's strong enough to leave the hospital?
Well, I think that she was probably going to climb the walls if she had to stay there another day.
Oh, and personally, I think that if she is well enough, she should go home. Well, I don't know if the waiting's going to be any easier there.
Yeah, well, if anyone can get through it, Eden can. She's extraordinary. The way she keeps the hope alive.
Yeah, but sometimes I wonder how long someone can keep that up without eventually having to pay a price.
You mean some sort of breakdown?
God knows I hope that doesn't happen. But I don't know if any human being is capable of withstanding all the things that she's been through.
Yeah, I hate to even think about it. You're the psychiatrist.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I weren't.
Yeah, sometimes I think that you and I are lucky. You know, physical pain is tough enough to treat, but at least it's usually finite. The mental anguish is so uncertain.
Heather, did you ever wish that you'd chosen a different specialty? I mean, I'm with Scott. Your profession is absolutely essential, but at times it's so damn frustrating. And this profile you've written on the kidnapper, rapist, I mean, assuming it's the same person, that can't be in picnic.
Yeah, you're right. Criminal pathology is not my favorite part of the job.
Do you think this profile is helping them to catch the criminal, or that maybe it's helped them?
You know, they don't really keep me up to date on what's going on with the case. I pretty much make my contribution, hope it amounts to something, and that's it.
Yeah, well, it must be kind of weird. I mean, writing about a guy who's supposed to be one of us, a doctor.
Yeah, it was really weird. I keep thinking about this man who's still treating people, and people who presumably trust him. It's frightening.
Do you think they could be wrong, that maybe it isn't a doctor?
You know, that thought has crossed my mind, too. I know practically everybody that works on staff at the hospital. And every day now, I have to look at everybody that walks past me in the halls, and I have to wonder, I mean, could it be him? I find it very difficult to imagine that anybody that I know could have done this.
Amazing.
Oh, that's to remind me that I have a patient ICU that I have to call and check on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, you two look happier than ever. Of course, I guess that's par for the course that you're now newly betrothed.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that I'm the same girl who not a few months ago was crying on your shoulder constantly the whole time he was in London about lack of commitment.
Yeah, well, I was harboring a few hopes that maybe you'd see the light and give your old pal Zach a chance to show you what he's made of.
I know what my old pal Zach is really made of. You're a dear, wonderful, loyal friend. And you better give me your blessing.
Can I get you a pillow?
No, I'm fine. I think it's been years since I've been this comfortable.
Oh, really? Would you like some tea, then?
No. Actually, I'd just like to sit here and take in everything and appreciate it. Why does it smell so good?
Because it doesn't have that special disinfectant aroma that hospitals are famous for.
Right.
Your mama left a message on the machine. You want to hear it?
No, I'll listen to it later. I hope she understands. I just thought it would be better if you and I came here first.
Oh, I'm sure she does. She just wanted to welcome you. You hadn't had lunch. You want me to get you something to eat?
No. Let me get us something.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. I can do it.
Listen, I have had people bring me things on trays for a long time now, and all I do is sit there and lay there and look at the ceiling. I don't mind.
In that case, I'll have ham and cheese on rye, mustard mayo, lettuce and tomato, pickle on the side. And make it snappy. I'm famished.
Oh, okay. When you bought this...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I took a box of stuff up to the nursery yesterday. This was supposed to be in it. You don't need reminders here of where you look.
I like reminders. It makes me believe that when she comes home, that everything's going to be waiting for her. I'd like for you to go back to work this afternoon.
Oh, come on, it's your first day
Oh,
home.
no,
huh?
come on, is right. Heather's going to be here, right? Your mother's bringing that check?
Still, it'd be okay for me to hang around with you.
Please. Listen to me. You're Adriana's best hope. You're the only one that has any dedication in finding her.
Well, actually, I would kind of like to get back on it if you wouldn't mind.
You're giving us the greatest gift. You're going to find the one thing we love more than anything in the world, and you're going to bring her home.
I love you.
I love you.
Michael? It's Celeste. I just came to return your key. I'm gonna leave it right here on your desk. Who hired me to sleep with you is Eden Castillo's doctor.
This is my home. You pick up
And they're
something that is
allowing
clearly
you to
more
tell me
confidential.
patients, why isn't somebody doing something?
You're incredible. You violate my privacy like it's your God-given right, and then you accuse me of doing something wrong?
I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. I make mistakes sometimes. It happened to be sitting there. I picked it up. I looked at it. I'm sorry.
Confidential. Does that mean anything to you?
It's not like I'm gonna run out and tell anyone.
A child's life is at stake here. Don't you understand that?
No, I don't think I do.
Zach has Cruz and Eden's baby. He stole her from the nursery. If he panics because somebody tips him off that we're on to him, he could hurt Adriana. And that is why we are not going to make one move to arrest him until we know where she is and that she is safe.
I'm not gonna say anything to him. I won't say anything. I won't tell anyone.
You know, I don't think you understand the total secrecy that we've been operating under. The entire police force still does not know what's going on. Cruz has got one guy undercover trailing Zach. One. But Cruz trusted me. Now, how am I going to tell him that you, of all people in the world, now know all the information that he has been killing himself to protect?
I'm not gonna make any problems. I won't. I want this guy arrested just as badly as everyone else does.
All right.
I just as soon
You
kill
park
myself
yourself here and you don't
stuff.
move until I come out.
Why?
Because I'm taking you to Cruz. He's got to know what's happened, and you better think of what you're going to tell him.
Excuse me, sir. Are we celebrating something?
Oh, yes, we are. The first laugh I've had in months, as a matter of fact. Sit down.
Thanks.
See if you find this as ironic as I do.
Let me see here. My goodness. A humanitarian award? Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It's for my work with Amerasian children. God does have his little jokes, doesn't he?
Oh, come on.
The presentation of the award is on the same day my trial begins.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should ask you to go in my place and accept the award for me.
Oh, stop it. You know, even if you were serious, I couldn't do it.
Why not?
Because I will be in Los Angeles under hot lights, hoping and praying the network will pick up 13 episodes of my new show.
Well, that is sensational. How long will you be away?
If all goes well, permanently.
Now, when did you decide this?
A few days ago. Yes, I do know what I'm doing.
Then I'm very happy for you.
I'm sorry I can't be here for the trial.
Well, so am I.
But I'll be thinking of you.
I know you will. And I thank you.
And Philip, no matter what happens, I will always remember your friendship to me.
Celeste knows that we're after Zach.
What?
She read the file.
And how the hell did that happen, Michael?
Look, it's not Michael's fault, all right? I went to return a key. I went into his room. I heard the shower running. I was going to leave the key right on the desk, but, the file was sitting there.
That file was marked confidential, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know. Most mail's marked confidential these days, so I read it.
I think she does understand the seriousness of the situation, Cruz. I do. I'm sorry.
Look, you can arrest me for tampering with evidence if you want. I feel really bad about this. I do.
You know, so do I. Because, see, that man is my only hope of finding my daughter. He's going to lead me to her, maybe. But he's not. If he gets a hint that I'm onto him.
He's not going to get anything out of me. Look, please, I want to try and make it up to you. Cruz, please, anything I can do.
And what can you do?
Well, look, he knows who I am, right? I mean, he's the guy when I was hooking that set me up with Father Michael when Julie was missing.
So?
You remember? So I make an appointment with him, right? If he recognizes me, number one, you've got more proof that he's your man, and then number two...
Forget it.
No.
Wait a second, you guys. You haven't even heard number two.
The man is dangerous. You're not a police officer, and we're not going to let her go alone into the room with him.
I don't want... In the room, I don't want you to see that man. I don't want you in the same building where he is. I don't want you to see his face. I don't want him to see your face. You understand?
Chris,
you're out of the loop.
Chris, look at that.
My God. It's an interesting looking scar, isn't it? Well, I suppose Dr. Kilton has one just like it, then.
We confirmed that, and we got all the proof we need.
Hey, it's only me. Just wanted to thank you for lunch.
Oh, yeah, well, it was an engagement gift. I just thought I'd wish you both the best.
Well, thanks. You seem a little jumpy. Is everything all right?
Oh, do I? No, I've just got a C-section in about 20 minutes. It's twins. The mother's hypertensive. I guess I'm a little nervous.
Back to the Emmy Award-winning Santa-Barbara.
I've had CW following Kelton for a week, but I doubt he's had a chance to see his ankle.
Yeah?
So what's going on? I mean, how did they get a picture of the scar?
It's from a videotape my brother-in-law took about 5 minutes before this bastard stole my baby.
We have been focusing on the right ankle, blowing it up through a computer photo enhancement process, just hoping there would be a distinguishing mark, and there it is.
So what you're going to do is the cop who's following him is going to try and see him without his shoes and socks on, right?
That would be nice, yeah.
Sounds tricky. I mean, are you sure I can't help?
Celeste, this is police work.
Yeah, I know that, Michael. I just would like to help. I've wasted a lot of time in my life just thinking about me, nobody else, me. I'd like to be able to do something for someone else for a change.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but you're not trained for this kind of work.
The hell I'm not. I spent a lot of time getting men out of a lot more than their Argyles.
Look, the guy is sick. He turns on you. How are you going to defend yourself?
Oh, come on. You think I haven't come up against that on the street? Where do you think I learned how to defend myself? Just like a demonstration? Taekwondo? That's karate.
That won't be
in case you don't know.
necessary. I'm going to find somebody to make a print of this. You'll excuse me.
All right, good stuff.
Why doesn't he believe me?
Guy's child is at stake here. He's not going to use an amateur.
How can you call me an amateur when I have spent most of my life working as a professional? Huh? Look, man, just because I got paid for it doesn't mean I never felt like I was being raped sometimes. A guy you don't even know uses your body. He's not even looking at you. He doesn't even know you're a human being. So you find ways to keep yourself from thinking about it, right? But sometimes, man, sometimes it's like that light goes on and you see everything that's going on. And you feel so bad. You feel so sick. You want to scream, man. You want to vomit. But where do you get off complaining, right? I mean, you asked for it, right? Yeah, well, I did. But you know something? I understand, Michael, how Eden felt and how Julia felt and all those other women. I can get to this guy. I can get you what you need without him suspecting a damn thing. I just wish you'd let me try.
I don't want to start seeing Chip as a substitute. You know, that I could be his real mother until the real child comes along.
Eden, if one child is missing and the other is with you and fine, it's only natural that you're going to be a little more concerned about the one that's missing.
Yeah, but what about when she comes back? I'm not sure that I'm going to feel any different between the two of them.
How do you mean?
Well, I love him. I mean, sometimes he's so much like Cruz. It's amazing to me, but I have never really felt that feeling when I hold him that I feel when I'm with Adriana.
Eden, you're never going to feel exactly the same about two different people. And you shouldn't expect yourself to. Plus, the feeling you have of actually giving birth to a child cannot be nearly as strong as the feeling you have for a child that you didn't give birth to.
What about if he starts to feel strange about the way I'm treating him? What if he starts to feel slighted or cheated or passed over?
Eden, I don't think you'd let that happen.
But Heather, I can't help thinking about my brother Mason. You see, Mason was always in the shadow of my brother Channing. Channing was my father's favorite. Channing was sort of just like my father. You know, he had all these physical, emotional qualities that were just like my dad. And Mason could never, ever measure up. To this day, he has never been able to measure up. And my father didn't mean to do anything to him. My father didn't do it to him, just as I wouldn't mean to do it to Chip.
Well, you know, sometimes I think it can help when the two children aren't the same sex. You know, I think you can get away with being a little more protective, a little more cuddly with Adriana than with Chip. I don't think you'll let it get too out of hand.
Well, it's nice to know that you believe in me. It's a little bit more than I believe in myself.
Well, it's because I have never, ever in my entire life seen anyone deal with what you've had to deal with. Your strength, Eden, is uncanny.
Oh, I fall apart about 50 times a day. Sometimes I wonder if I could stop crying.
I would be worried if you weren't crying.
Yeah, and what do I do about that? What do I do about all the times when I'm with Chip and I can't do anything but cry? What do I do?
What you do is you get someone to take him, whether it's Cruz's mother, whether it's your mother. Have him take him for a couple of hours overnight. Eden, you have to promise me you're going to attend to your needs right now. Please, that's the only way it can be.
You know, what I really need right now is for Cruz to just bring Adriana home.
I will miss my little angel to say. Soon you must go to your new home, where you will be loved, ma petite, very, very much. Soon.
The patient was admitted through ER.
Any bleeding?
Not at the moment.
You know, what room is she in?
Room 4?
Oh, I'm Dr. Kelton.
Celeste Napoli.
Zach just came. Introduced himself. She introduced herself.
He said he recognizes her.
He hasn't said anything.
You know, I've been combing the entire third floor looking for you, and finally somebody says they think they saw you walk into Eden's old room. Honey? Are you all right?
I didn't think anybody would find me.
Did something happen at Eden's?
No. No, not really.
Well, something must have happened for you to be upset. Can you talk about it?
I should have talked about it a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't.
I don't understand.
Scott, it's not that I've consciously kept anything from you, but it's something that I've just pushed so far back into my mind that I don't think about it unless I really have to.
Think about what?
About Kevin Mitchell.
Kevin Mitchell?
He's that guy that I went to college with.
Oh, yeah, he's the friend who committed suicide, right? Are you afraid that Eden is...
No, I don't think so. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable of judging these things.
Did she say something? I mean, did she give you any indication that the thought had crossed her mind?
No. But Kevin Mitchell didn't either. Scott, I don't want you to feel betrayed by what I'm going to tell you.
Why would I feel betrayed?
Because you have confided in me so fully about your mother, about so many things that were very painful and very personal. And I don't want you to think that I don't trust you the way that I want you to trust me.
Honey, please, just tell me.
Kevin Mitchell wasn't just a friend. I was engaged to him.
I had a preliminary conversation with the district attorney. She didn't agree to anything, but I definitely got the feeling that if you were to plead guilty on all counts, we could expect a reduced sentence.
Well, technically, I am not guilty of every single charge.
We talked about that. That's why I said you're the only one who can make the choice. Have you decided?
Yeah, Ralph, I have. And when I did, I began to realize how much I've changed. Not long ago, I would have fallen on my sword like a good soldier. I would have done anything to protect my guilt. Death before dishonor.
That's the military way.
Yeah. Well, I have finally come to see that the military way has not served me very well. I go through life as if it's one long journey behind enemy lines. I look at every man with suspicion. I face every day as a series of duties to be discharged. Sometimes I don't think that I've had a single spontaneous moment in my entire life.
Ooh. That's not a happy thought, Major.
No. No, I want you to call me Philip.
Okay. Philip?
You know, it may not be too late to change. I certainly want to try. And I'm going to start by asking people to call me by my name rather than my so-called rank. I'll plead guilty at my trial. To all counts.
When did the cramping start?
It was last night. It was pretty late. Actually, it kept me up most of the night.
Any spotting?
A little, yeah, nothing really drastic. It's just, I have these pains, really bad pains.
When was your last period?
Tell you the truth, I haven't been real regular, so I've kind of lost track.
Could you be pregnant?
Definitely not.
Well, do you use an intrauterine device?
No.
Are you on the pill?
Yes.
For how long?
About 6 years.
And this is the first time you've had these symptoms?
He's asking medical questions. There's a lot of mm-hms.
Maybe she saw something we didn't hear.
guess time will tell. I'm going to put this in the room.
Well, it doesn't sound like anything we have to be overly concerned about, but I would like to do some tests.
What kind of tests?
Well, nothing very extensive or even uncomfortable, believe me, but we'll need to go to another room.
Why?
We're going to lose him, Michael.
I need some special equipment we don't have here. Just follow me. It's not far.
Let's go.
You were engaged?
Yeah, we got engaged on Valentine's Day at a fraternity party. It was very collegiate, very impulsive, and it wasn't until April that I realized that it was also very insane. I had no intention of getting married at 21 years old.
Did you tell Kevin that?
I was afraid to. He would go into these moods where he was really dark sometimes, and he would close up and he wouldn't talk to anybody, and I was afraid that if I told him that he would be angry with me for not really thinking about what I was getting myself into. So I bided my time for a few months, just hoping that the right time would come along to be able to tell him. And I just kept feeling more and more guilty, and then his mother died. And he was so close to his mother, I knew it was going to be really hard for him to deal with it. But he surprised me. He surprised me and everybody else by seeming to handle it really well. He was really quiet sometimes, but then again, he was always quiet. You know, and actually, he had seemed to be doing pretty good. He wasn't quite as moody, and he kept talking about how he wanted to be a doctor like his mother wanted him to be, and he was real excited about the future, and he was just super positive about everything.
But he thought that that future included you.
So I knew then more than ever that I had to tell him, and all I could do was hope that he was ready to deal with it.
How did he accept it once you finally did tell him?
He was really sad. But he said that he understood, you know, that we were both still really young, and he knew. And 6 months later, he killed himself.
Yeah, that's right. He took his own life. You had nothing to do with that decision, Heather. You can't put that on yourself.
I know, I don't feel guilty for driving him to suicide. I feel guilty because I just believed him all the times when he said he was okay. How could I think that someone could be that strong, that they didn't have to take their time to grieve? Why didn't I see it?
Honey, you were just a kid.
Or maybe, Scott, maybe I just wanted to believe it so badly that I didn't see what was really going on. Yeah, sometimes I think I'm so stupid for choosing this profession.
Why?
If I could make a mistake like that, Scott, what does it say for my natural ability that I'm supposed to have to be good in this profession? I constantly wonder, like today with Eden, what am I seeing? What am I seeing at face value that I should be questioning?
Everybody wonders those things. Heather, you are wonderful at what you do, but you are only human. Now, a lot of this is guesswork, and the painful reality is that sometimes you're going to be wrong.
Scott, I just haven't been able to stop feeling ashamed, and that's why I haven't.
Sweetheart, I am finally really alive for the first time in my life. And that is because of you. Not just because I love you, but because you do all the things for me that you say you're afraid that you're not doing for other people. You knew that I had to grieve about my mother, and you helped me do it. You help me every day not to be too hard on myself. You have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of with me, ever. And don't you forget that.
Well, here's your mommy.
Hi. Come here, sweetie.
Here you go. Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
I'll go make us something to drink and give you two some time alone.
Okay. What's this? This is your beer. Oh, sweetie, you know what? It is time that we had a little talk. You know, it might be a little bit one-sided, but I hope you understand. First thing I want you to know is that Mommy loves you this much. That's it. The bad part is I'm not going to be able to come visit you as much as I would like. And I'm going to miss you very, very, very much. But a good thing is that you're going to be staying with your daddy and with Eden, and I know how much they love you. And I'll be able to call them up, and they'll tell me how big you're growing. Yeah. And you'll get on the phone, and you'll tell me all sorts of new words that you've learned. You can do that, can't you? Oh, Jill. Someday maybe you'll understand that I'm doing this for you. It just doesn't make it any easier to say goodbye.
No, we've checked every damn room in this hall.
You know it was a setup?
I don't know. Wait a second. Eden had a sonogram on, there are examination rooms in the south wing. Let's go.
Ultrasound is totally painless. Let's see if there are any irregularities in the internal organs. The most important thing is for you to try and relax. Think you can do that for me?
I'll try.
What are you doing?
Well, it helps if it's not too bright. You're not nervous, are you?
No.
You want to talk before we do the procedure? There's no rush. In fact, why don't you tell me a little about yourself?
Tonight, rock and roll with a furry, frenzied alien. Alf's convinced that Elvis is alive and well and living next door. Then on the Hogan family, discover the naked truth about Sandy. Take a look at that nude portrait of her done by a college boyfriend. Later, father is pitted against son in an action-filled drama of murder and love in the high-stakes world of international espionage. Peter Strauss and Robert Mitchum star in the world premiere movie Brotherhood of the Rose, only on NBC.